So moving on to Angelina Jolie, her lawyers have made new bombshell claims about Brad Pitt regarding his alleged abusive past. So her legal team filed a motion earlier this month in support of her ongoing legal battle with Brad over their French winery Chateau Miraval. So her attorneys claim that Brad was abusive toward Angelina before the 2016 plane incident with their children that resulted in her filing for divorce. While Brad's history of physical abuse of Angelina started well before the family's September 2016 plane trip from France to Los Angeles. Now, this is what she alleged via her lawyer. So they also said this flight marked the first time he turned his physical abuse on the children as well. Jolie then immediately left him. So her team, like we said, was referencing this 2016 flight from France to California. She had claimed that he was physically, we knew all this, but now she's saying that he was abusive in the past. And this is all now kind of coming to light. So the FBI also looked into this case, as we know. So this was a huge, huge mess. So the April filing was submitted in hopes that a judge would release communications that will allegedly prove that Brad wouldn't allow Angelina to share her portion of Chateau Miraval unless the actress agreed to an expansive and more onerous NDA. So what do you make of all this? Like, why is this coming to light now? Like, why wasn't this brought up in the custody filing? Why is it brought up over Chateau Miraval?
Well, there's many layers to this. First, in the family law proceeding, those are typically confidential because those typically aren't filings that the press or really anyone can get access to without specific permission. So, but here, this is kind of a civil dispute where Brad Pitt is trying to prevent the sale of Angelina's shares of the chateau to, I believe it's a Russian oligarch or some really, rich guy in Russia. So he's trying to prevent that because it's one of those things. The chateau itself apparently is very important to Brad. He's like, I don't, yes, I may be rich enough to buy another chateau, but I like this one, and I don't want to do business with someone I don't know or want to be with. And so he's trying to prevent that. So in the civil filing, when things are, what I believe Jolie's trying to do is like, listen, whatever Brad says, I agreed to, I did it under duress, and this is the evidence of that duress. And now, because it's a civil filing, it comes out to light, and we can, and it's public disclosure.
So do you feel like she has the upper hand in this situation now?
I don't think so, because there is precedent that the prior judge in the family law matter looked over these things, and he still allowed Brad to have 50-50 custody. So he, apparently wasn't that bad. And typically the protection of kids should be higher than the protection of the chateau.
Right. So how do you feel like this is going to play? I mean, we've been talking about their legal woes since 26. It's been a really long time, like 8 years. Like, why isn't this wrapping up? Why can't they come to some sort of agreement?
Well, there's just a lot of acrimony, obviously, once you start throwing bombshells in court in 2016 that you shouldn't have any custody of your kids or limited custody of your kids. Like, this is all out war. And now because probably Angelina knows how important this is to Brad, but she wants to get the best money, and Russian money is good money. She's making a business decision, and she's going to do everything she can to maximize her profit.